Hey guys, uh, I'm back. Not that you guys didn't already know that, but it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. That means that tomorrow is Wednesday, and the week is halfway over. But for me, my week is really just starting because we have a lot of stuff going on. Seems like Tuesday comes and I am just rushed. But again, that's okay because it's just okay. Hello. Trying to get my camera ready. I feel like it's just going to tip. Maybe I got it. Okay. We might be good. Maybe. We are going to start today off by, of course, doing that thing that I call. Oh, wait. Wait. Give me a second. Hey, Carol. I have 2 likes already. Wow. Somebody must really like me. Tonight's probably going to be. Well, I have 4 people, but I can only see 2 likes. Hello, everybody that is in live. We are going to start off today by first doing the, if it loads up. Okay, that's up. Really? I'm trying to get. Okay, weekly recap. Here we go. That's what I wanted. I only did 2 videos last week. You know, I think there is something wrong because I know I did more than 2 videos last week. Two videos, 4 live streams, and 7 posts. Am I just going crazy? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Am I going crazy? $1.7 thousand people tuned in. Not too worried about that. This is what they watched last week. Whale tails, right whale species focus, and 2 groups of whales. People didn't just watch, they reached out. There were 16 likes. Wait, July 16th through July 22nd. That's last week. Oh, wait. Okay, so it's a weekly recap. I don't know. 2 groups of whales, right whale species focus, or whale tales. What was the most viewed video last week? 2 groups of whales, right whale species focus, and whale tales. Don't forget there is a poll. How can there be 4 votes? And I only see 2 people. Or 1 person. Whale tales. Yes. It got 906 views in the last week. Well, I got 4 votes in the poll, but we're going to try getting into the other thing. I mean, into the other channel. See, this whole thing is wrong. Because it says there were 2 shorts last week, and I know I put out 4 shorts. So I'm not even going to waste my time on this. We're just going to go ahead and get started. First off, thank you for whoever just came in. So far, 40% of people say that they know what a apex predator is, and 60% say no. So that's good. That means there's some education gonna happen tonight, which is why sort of I'm here. Okay, I'm not going to end the poll just yet because why? Why not? No reason to. No. Okay. Anyway, guys. Viewers, everybody. Hi, iCup. What time did you try coming in, predecessor? Guys, I apologize. Wow. I need a way for people to contact me. We are talking about apex predators tonight. It is always in the subject. It's always in the subject of the things that we're talking about. Okay, so tonight we are talking apex predators. What is the definition of an apex predator? What is their role in nature? And what animals are considered to be apex predators? So to start with, apex predators are predators who sit way on top of the food chain or on top of the food pyramid. So think of an ecosystem as being a never-ending recycling of energy that is being passed from animal to animal to animal to animal. Eventually, starting off at grass, we're not going to go too super high on it, but you have several animals that feed on grass. But I want to focus primarily. We're coming from Africa, by the way. So, they're not on top of the food chain. Maybe if they get bigger, so we have a zebra, right? Zebras eat grass. Definitely not an apex predator. However, a lion would definitely be an apex predator. So, but more importantly, this guy eats grass. So he's taking the energy from the sun that is transferred into plants. The plants use the sunlight and water to create sugars. They eat it, right? And then that energy from the plants is passed on to the lion when he eats the zebra. Now, there are animals. No, because gorillas are herbivores. A lion is a apex predator. Same thing with a killer whale. They are two apex predators. As well as this guy would be an apex predator. So, these predators sit on top of the food chain. Oftentimes, these animals have no natural predators other than humans. So that's another thing. These animals can't have other predators. Now, that being said, lions and hyenas do kill each other. But generally speaking, they're not feeding. Yes, we are. They do not feed on typically each other. I lost my place. So another apex predator would be the leopard seal, but the leopard seal could be fed on by orcas. It's like we can argue over a well, iCup, I think the one that comes to mind, I think when I think of the great apes and I think of predatory great apes, this is the one that comes to mind. The chimp. Chimps are definitely omnivores. And they do hunt. Now, yes, gorillas do sometimes, yeah, peregrine falcons would be. So, we know what an apex predator is by definition. But what do they do? What do they do? iCup, and most of what, based on my understanding, most of what gorillas eat are insects. And I don't know if that is coming off the plants they eat, so like they might go after termites. Apex predators have, you guys can't see me. Apex predators have two roles. One is to maintain biodiversity. And the other is the shaping the traits of their prey. We don't really think about that too much, but it's really important. For instance, shaping a prey. Wait, did I cover that? Okay, as in many areas of the United States and other places where we have taken predators out of the ecosystem. Long time ago, the state I live in had mountain lions. Now, we do sometimes get stragglers, okay? We do sometimes get the occasional straggler into my state. We also had black bears, and we might have black bears, and one or two black bears, but not a lot. Because we don't have natural predators, deer populations went sky high. And we started having problems. Those problems include things like population increases. More animals needing the same resources becomes an issue. As we found out during the plague, if you have a lot of people in small areas, disease can spread. And so animals spread diseases quite easily that way. So that's what happens eventually as more and more animals. But here's the thing, Carol, at the time we didn't. as far as coyotes go, coyotes have been moving eastward. We have shaped the land and changed the land. So yes, we do have coyotes. But I feel like coyotes are a fairly so let me in relation to what Carol just said, according to the DNR, that is the Indiana DNR, I don't think Indiana has wolves. I'll have to check. In 1816, there were reports of coyotes. Coyotes were rarely seen into the early 1900s, but then come the 1970s, coyote populations began to increase. And they are now found in all 92 counties. But wolves in Indiana. As of 2018, there were no known wolf populations in Indiana. However, gray wolves were once common in Indiana, but European settlers hunted them to extinction by 1908. And that's fine. Personally, I don't know. I don't know which one I'd rather have. I mentioned that prey species can be influenced by their predators, and it's true. So I don't have one to show you, but the pronghorn that lives out in the western United States, they evolved with the American cheetah that is now extinct. Very fast animal. They were fast. So to compensate for that, the pronghorn had to be a little bit faster. And so there was some speeding up going. So maybe the slower ones weren't so lucky. And before you knew it, they were sort of wiped out. That's okay. It's fine. And Carol, we don't that's how we learn. Asking questions, and then yeah. The problem that we face now is we are in some places reintroducing apex predators. Yellowstone National Park and many national parks throughout the world have several different predators. The grizzly bear, puma or mountain lion, gray wolf, and the black bear. We as people yeah, I guess I wouldn't want to. But we went in, and because of pressure from ranchers, there were bounties put on predators. And we saw this in every state. We wiped out the wolf in a lot of states. So the wolf was basically wiped out of Yellowstone. Yeah. So wolves were basically wiped out. The last pack in Yellowstone was killed off in 1926. 1926. Now, the herbivores that were in Yellowstone evolved to have they were shaped by the wolf and the other predators. When the wolf was removed, it took away part of that biosystem. And the ecosystem changed. We didn't have that balance was thrown off. And that is something that maybe Yellowstone is starting to get back. Yeah. Well, look at it this way, okay? I don't have an elk. Okay, but there's moose. Oh, that's not good. I have not heard of this iCup. we have bison, and we have deer. So we have those animals in the park. Mind you, there are still predators. We still have the grizzly bear. We still have the grizzly bear. We still have the mountain lion in there as well. But wolves are not solitary hunters, typically. I mean, they do and they can. But a wolf, they work together as a unit, as a pack to capture prey. Typically, we don't see attacks on humans unless an animal is sick. Because humans typically are not easy prey. Children, that's a different story. But without wolves, some species were able to increase in numbers. We still had bears, but let's see if we can find out. Hold on. Okay. Let's just talk bears. Let's just talk grizzlies for a second. In 1975, the grizzly was, yes, I have heard of that, iCup. I've also heard of using llamas. The grizzly was down to 136 bears in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. As of March 2024, there were 150 to 200 grizzly bears in Yellowstone. iCup. The grizzly bear is just a yes. iCup, a grizzly bear is just a European brown bear. It's a different subspecies of brown bear. They may be bigger than the European brown bear. But yeah. So there's somewhere between 150 to 200 grizzly bears in Yellowstone, okay? Whereas in 2024, the park had an estimated 4,550 bison living inside the park. So a very small number of grizzlies compared with the number of bison. It is in places. you're not going to see grizzlies like we used to have. So at one time, oh, well, okay, I can't do that. Go back. Oh, that's not cool. I mean, let me rephrase that. To me, that's very cool. But I get where that could be an issue. So, hold that question, iCup. So historically, they actually lived in the Great Plains. In fact, when Lewis and Clark were going through the Great Plains, they encountered grizzly bears. Grizzly bears lived in Mexico. They lived in Baja, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Washington State, Montana, Idaho, Nebraska. I need to go back to the other map so I can do this the right way. So grizzlies historically lived in Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Colorado, part of Kansas, part of Nebraska, North, South Dakota, all of Montana, all of Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, California. Now they're basically limited to Wyoming, Montana, a little bit of Idaho. No. Alaska, of course, has them. Canada has them. But grizzlies don't have the population that they used to. Which is pretty sad. Largely because they're predators. And of course, we know that in the United States, the bison are also were wiped out. They are bigger than the black bears, yes. Not bigger than a polar bear. Do grizzlies hunt bison? I believe they do. Ugh. That is a really hard question to answer, predecessor. Yes, they can hunt bison, but they will also take them away from other predators. How many baby? I don't. Okay, hold on. You guys are throwing questions at me faster than I can. Polar bears definitely have a reputation, but also other bears, the sloth bear, the Asiatic black bear. Um, let's see. ICUP, a female grizzly will have a maximum of 10 cubs in her lifetime. And she will stop breeding in their mid to late 20s. Grizzlies can live until they're in their 30s, but males typically live 22 years, while females live to be 26. So, yeah. And you always keep in mind that bears, any animal that you see in a zoo is going to live longer. So a grizzly can have litters with as many as 6 cubs. No, I think that would be a hard sell for me, because Africa has Africa is very interesting. So Africa is interesting because they have the alligator, or I'm sorry, the crocodile, the spotted hyena, the guys, can I not? Leopards, lion, and the cheetah, but they also have the hunting dogs. I think if a bear were introduced into Africa, I don't think they would have it easy. That is true. But Carol, there's hippos will hippos will kill. There is no doubt about it. The hippos are not saintly animals. That is for sure. I took animals off the shelf, Carol. That's never a good thing. Hippos are very, very territorial. Have I answered everybody's questions? If I have missed, bears, a bear will be aggressive over different things. So yes, babies, if they're sick, but also if there is a kill, they can be very territorial over that kill. And if you come across it, it's not good. ICUP. Yeah, cheetahs are very different animals from the other big cats. Very, very different. While they are predators, I feel like calling them an apex predator is pushing it. The other thing that makes bears really, really dangerous, more so the black bears than the grizzly, is people. We feed these animals. They have learned to feed out of our garbage. In fact, when Yellowstone was first opened, they would have an attraction. They would take you out. They would take you out to the garbage dumps, and they would basically, you would watch the bears come I'm keeping track of who's coming into the live. I do it every week. It's how I keep track of my subscribers. Yes. So every ecosystem has their predators. It was just your name. That's all. Thank you. predators and prey have grown to feed from each other. Well, not feed from each other, but they have sort of evolved together. And they don't coexist as much as they depend on each other. But you might have, for instance, in Africa, they have a very interesting situation where cheetahs are competition, and you might have lions come out and knock out the competition. Very rarely do you hear of lions, or very rarely do you hear of cheetahs taking lion cubs. Rarely do you hear of, well, I have seen images of leopards even taking cubs. So competition amongst predators can lead to predation. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're eating the animal, just that they are taking out the yeah, I don't think I would not want to be around elephants or hippos. Hippos kind of scare me. Not gonna lie. Yes, they do. Hyenas definitely do. You heard me read about yeah. Yeah, that's not cool either. I don't like, I've been chased by dogs. I am very, very weary of dogs that I don't know. What are creepy to you, Carol? Or predecessor? Yeah, I can imagine. I like cats, and I love my brother's dogs. If I know the dog, I'm okay. But but predators, apex predators, just keep in mind, top of the food chain. They don't have they typically don't have natural predators. That being said, lion is an apex predator, even though it has people that hunt them. My brother has a Chihuahua. And I can honestly say, I enjoyed I enjoyed when she was little. And I still occasionally will pet her, but I love sitting down with my brother's pit bull. I beg to differ, Carol. A baby spotted hyena is adorable. Not so much when they get bigger, But yeah. Yep. iCup, I would not a I would not consider a domesticated animal an apex predator. But I know the dog that you're talking about. Uh, it's on apex predators, not in you, not finding love in your inner apex predator. Yeah, my brother's pit is the sweetest boy. Maybe not around strangers, but he's a sweetheart. Then you need to watch out for leopard seals. I agree. They make pit bulls look like puppies. I want to be around, what do they call them? We use them here for police dogs. Malinois? Belgium Malinois? I like Alaskan Malamutes. Yes, I agree, iCup. Um, maybe Biblo, maybe Raider, but I think yeah, I don't know. German Shepherds came later. I know that. Because they really didn't become a thing till after World War One, World War Two ish. Guys, my legs are dead. But every ecosystem in the world has their own apex predators. And usually these are larger animals, like your sperm whale would be one. Polar bears, orcas, to a certain extent, white sharks, great white sharks, leopard seals. Yeah, I could see a pug not being a very good police dog. Ooh, iCup. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Let's keep talking because I feel like things are moving still. But whilst we're talking, let's go over what's coming up. Yes, I read. I used to read a lot. Now, mostly what I read is websites to get ready for lives. Our next live will be Friday at 7 p.m. and we are doing Zoo Miami. Hold on, iCup. I have to be very, very careful that I don't. Is that the name? Is that the name of the video? $4.4 million views. Is that put out by What the Funny? I'm gonna mute it. Yeah, iCup. I don't know. I'm with you. I think it's fake. The closest thing that comes to my mind but you know what though? iCup. Um it could be a freak. it could be a freak, and I shouldn't say it like that, but a timber wolf is just a gray wolf. There might be some variation. There's so much AI stuff out there. Let me rewatch. So this video was posted 3 years ago. Or 8 years ago. Yeah, that's true. But you could still, if you knew what you were doing, for one thing, how big is the dog? In perspective, because I'm a small person. Is it possible for a wolf? Is it possible for a wolf to be big? Yeah. Um Definitely. And honestly, it's not much bigger. It doesn't look. It's big. Typically, but it always is. It always is, Biblo. Uh-huh. That is my lamp. It does. Carol, I posted it to my Facebook page. There's so much that is out there that we have to remind ourselves that sometimes things are just what they are, and yeah. That's just my lamp. Okay, guys. Any other questions on apex predators? It did. It went by really fast. If you haven't voted in the poll, make sure you do that. Thanks for coming in, iCup. If you haven't voted in the poll, do that before you leave. Okay, guys, I do need to go. I have stuff I need to get done. I will talk to everybody later. Remember to always... I can't remember what I say. Awesome predecessor. If you have not liked tonight's live, make sure you do that too. Remember to never give up on yourselves and always keep learning, and I will see you in the next one. Good night, everybody.